Welcome to Hypnotic Authenticity. My name is Chris. I'm a practical, grounded hypnotherapist. I'm based in Switzerland, and this is a space that I have created to foster a genuine sense of inner settling. A place to harmonize with yourself and bring about the improvements to your well-being that, I don't know, maybe perhaps you thought were literally impossible. So my episodes are an invitation to reconnect with all that is alive inside you, to examine the stories that you live your life by, and to maybe soften the edges of what it is that you believe yourself to be in order to create a bigger, broader, more expansive sense of your personal agency and your personal understanding. So I'm going to be talking about identity, about existence, about self-resonance, self-harmony, about authenticity. And that'll all be wrapped up with a sprinkling of hypnosis or guided meditation to help you settle, to help you align and return to yourself. So if you're ready, take a breath and let's begin.
I'm going to do a quick video on life purpose, on the meaning behind the day-to-day experience of being on track, of feeling good about you and your decisions and the way that you're heading. Okay? A lot of people seem to have a lack of this. Now, there are lots of reasons for that. One of which I think is that we lose our calibration of our feelings. Sometimes people kind of numb their feelings because they're trying to avoid things. Sometimes their feelings are kind of exaggerated. They're intensified to the point where there's a sort of a great deal of noise. It's like jagged edge kind of emotions. But either way, what's going on is that it's harder to read your emotions. And I think it's most of the time it's with feelings that you know when you're on and off track. So if that mechanism is out of kilter, it's easier to avoid, let's say, than to dig into. So having said that, how do you go about regaining your life purpose? And I think this is one of the times when it's really, really important to go inside yourself. So here's a simple way that may resonate with you. And it might be important to kind of write some notes down about this. Think about times in your life where you felt on track, where you felt right, where it felt like you were at home, where it felt like you were in flow. You were just being you and everything was coming easily. I have no idea what it was when you were doing that or those things. But what I would suggest you do, take a pen and paper and see if you could come up with 10 examples, right? It doesn't matter what the examples are, but 10 examples of times when you just felt on track, where maybe you had a sense of peace, maybe you had a sense of excitement, maybe you had a sense of drive and purpose. It doesn't matter, but times when it felt right. Okay, just jot those down. If you need to pause the video, pause the video. Jot down as many as you can come up with, but try and come up with 10. And then I want you to notice all of the characteristics that you can of those moments. Yeah, who were you with? What was the environment in which you found yourself? What was it that you were doing? How many people were you with? What were the feelings inside of you at that time? What was your posture like? Can you find the feeling in your body and write down what was going on at that moment? Flesh out that scene with as much clarity and as much beauty as you can. And then start to note all of the features that, for whatever reason, seem to overlap from all these various times when you felt on track. Because from that, you can produce, if you just with a complete open mind, okay, without any judgment whatsoever, if you can look at all those times in your life and see what are the commonalities, you can write an open-minded explanation, like a little paragraph, of what it takes for you to feel at ease in the world. The environment that you need, the activity that you need, the people that you need, the closeness or detachment that you need, the thoughts in your mind, the planning, the everything which is relevant, you can write in a statement which says, when I have this, this, and this, when I feel this, this, and this, when I'm in this type of environment, things are easier for me. I feel at home. Once you've done that, then you can start to look at your life. You can divide your life into aspects: work, relationships, fun, money. You can come up with as many of these as you wish. Personal growth, fitness, whatever is relevant to you. And you can evaluate all of those in relation to that paragraph that you've written about yourself. And you'll see that some of them, you're really in tune with it, just seemingly haphazardly. And others, you're way off track. And the likelihood is that it's the ones where you're way off track, where there is this gap between reality and your gut sense of comfort. When you know where you are today, and you kind of know what it is that you resonate best with, well, then you can start to make steps towards it. So effectively, you've got a map towards a sense of your future well-being. And why is all this important for your life purpose? Well, because life purpose is a gift that comes to you, not a drive that you instill upon yourself, right? You discover your life purpose. It's not something that is taught to you or that you read in a book. And the way that you discover it is by doing things which feel right to you, and equally doing things which feel wrong to you and noticing that they feel wrong, so that you end up calibrating your feelings. You then, it's like you've got a compass inside of yourself. This way is right. This way is wrong. This way feels good. This way is like I'm running away from home. It's that sort of an idea. So what you're doing is permitting yourself to be, but with a sense of curiosity. Yeah. So you do this process. You come out with a paragraph. If it's a good paragraph, you will want to go towards it, right? It will feel compelling. And then give it a go and learn from it. And the more that you learn from it, the more you can kind of tweak it and say, oh, okay, that wasn't quite right. This is a bit more nuanced. And you start to know yourself better. And so when you know what feels good, do more of that. And when you notice things that just kind of feel neutral, do less of that. Now life gets in the way. Things have to be done even when they don't feel that great. Okay, fine. But that's not what your life purpose is. Your life purpose is something which just resonates in your heart. Yeah? It comes from somewhere that you don't know where, but it has got a meaning attached to it, which you want to shine to the stars. All of this effectively is getting you out of your rigidities, and permitting yourself to play. When you're on your life purpose, you don't question your life purpose to the same extent. You question it when it's not there. But what you're trying to do, therefore, is think your way to a solution. Start with the things that made you feel amazing from whatever time in your life it was, and analyze what it was. What were the essential elements of that moment? You know, the stuff which is kind of nice to have, but some things are core to you. The reason that you were on track in that moment is because of a meaning that you attached to that moment. Where did that meaning come from? What was it coming from? Analyze that inside of yourself. Yeah, there are no right answers and wrong answers. It's just answers. Scribble it all down. Maybe like set yourself a challenge that you're just going to write 3 pages. You're going to write them for the rubbish bin sort of approach, and then just have a look at it afterwards without just like it like a stream of consciousness, and then have a look with a highlighter and go, oh, that bit's kind of good. Oh, that bit's amazing. You know, if there's a part of what you've written that makes your thighs tremble, pay attention. For me, it's all about feeling like you're going home. If it feels like you're going home, pay attention. Yeah. If it feels like you're running away from home, do less of that. Thanks for watching. This is a very, very common issue. And I think it comes from a denial of aspects of yourself. There is a emotional repression that is going on, which unfortunately has ripple effects, which cause you to lose track of what it is which is meaningful for you, because you're shutting aspects of yourself down. When you do that, you can't experience joy, right? You can't experience the vitality of life. And so suddenly things start to be seen in shades of lower grey. All of this is getting you back to a state of curious, playful adventure. Because today's never coming again. So see what might happen. When might now be a great time to try sort of approach. Right, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If it resonates with you, then follow my podcast. I would also personally be really grateful if you might wish to leave a quick rating. It genuinely helps others to discover the podcast. If you personally would like more guided meditations, you want some deeper insights, you'll find all my links in the description. If you prefer a more visual boost, then you might want to check out my YouTube channel called Authentic Life Hypnosis. And if you're looking to do some deeper work that goes beyond one-way audio, then obviously you're very welcome to reach out. Equally, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.